Hello, leaders. Welcome to Run to Your Leadership Challenges, the daily show that provides tips and techniques to help you navigate the leadership challenges you face every day. I'm your host, Paul Grau Jr. from the CLC Team, and we work primarily with military leaders to help them be the absolute best leader they can be. Our primary goal here is to help you lead from your very best self. Because let's face it, everyone deserves a great leader. So let's jump right into today's topic.
Leading by example during negative feedback. Now, episode 203 talked about how it can be challenging to lead by example when you are giving and receiving negative feedback. Man, I have to be honest here. I really did laugh when I went back and re-listened to this episode because in the episode, I said that you should remain calm when you receive negative feedback that you disagree with. Because let's face it, when we receive negative feedback, or when I receive negative feedback, when I disagree with it, it kind of ticks me off a little bit. And I'm not one to just sit back, relax, and take it. I am going to say something and I'm going to, ask for some type of proof or exact facts. Now, the way I respond usually makes the matter worse. And the thing is, I know that I shouldn't react the way I do, but I still do. Have you ever experienced anything like that? I mean, do you react one way when you know you shouldn't really react another way? Well, let's hold each other accountable. How's that sound? Now, I know that you and I can't hold each other accountable because we're all spread out all over the world, but you can find accountability partner right there in your organization, and you can start holding each other accountable. When you see somebody doing something wrong that's an accountability partner for you, point it out to them. And vice versa. They could give you feedback, you can give them feedback. Giving negative feedback to one of your team members can be equally as challenging, especially when your team members who is receiving the negative feedback doesn't agree with it. Much like how we may react when we receive negative feedback and disagree with, our team members are no different. So don't be surprised if they're ticked off and they react in a bad way. This is where you as the leader needs to stick to the facts. Have you ever heard the saying what people don't really want to give their people negative feedback or negative evaluations because they don't want to ruin their career, quote unquote? Well, you know what? As leaders, we never ruin our people's careers. They do that all by themselves by the actions they take. If they screw up, that's their fault. It's not our fault. Now, sometimes we need to ask the question, was it our fault? Were they trained to do their job? Did they have adequate resources? Were they trying to cut corners to meet a deadline that we put on them? Because, if we're giving our people unrealistic deadlines, we may have to stop and go back and rethink that. But for the most part, when you're given negative feedback, it's feedback to make the person better. So we don't ruin their careers. We just document and tell them about their screw-ups, and then we guide them in the right direction. And I think that's the key with all great negative feedback. And yes, I said great negative feedback. If you think about it, negative feedback should always be accompanied with some type of guidance on how to make the action better, to help improve the person. I have no problem with somebody telling me that I suck at something if they tell me why I suck and offer some kind of advice to help me suck less. All right? I can work with that. So when giving or receiving feedback, stick to the facts and ask for or give clear guidance on how to move forward to overcome the negative feedback.
Hey, as always, thank you for listening. So we have some big things going on here with our online membership group for leaders. It's actually growing, and we're adding a new group specifically for military leaders. Now, we're still working out all the details and bonuses that will be included. But for now, please help us spread the word. This group will be a place where military leaders can learn new skills, refine older skills, and have deep discussions with like-minded leaders who actually get exactly where other military leaders are coming from. We're going to tap into everyone's expertise, and the group members will help bring out the very best in each other. So keep tuned in, and please be sure to let any military leader that you know about this group, and that will be up and running very, very soon. This is going to be different than any other leadership development group out there. So be ready and man, get excited. Hey, that's it for today. And until tomorrow, run to your challenges.